Welcome once again to the Mask Fan Attic, my fellow mask fanatics. This week's mask here in the attic, where it is 724 degrees, by the way. Yeah, I may have to stop doing these in the warmer times of the year, the warmer seasons. I may have to stop doing these in the summer. This may become a winter thing because, man, it's hot up here. Where were we? Oh yes, masks. This one is from way back in 1982. Holy schmow. And what should have come out in 1982 but this thing, simply called Alien. That's right, Alien. Now this particular Alien, even though there were a lot of them by that name, I know there were lots of masks just called Alien. This particular Alien is by none other than David Smith. And at the time, he was 21 years old and hadn't even started calling his mask business Stroke of Midnight Studios yet, which is what he would soon be calling it and what he would be, you know, known as, Stroke of Midnight Studios. And probably David Smith's biggest claim to fame as far as the general public is probably the fact that he did a lot of zombie masks for all the background zombies in George Romero's Day of the Dead. Now I'm talking about the original Day of the Dead from the 80s. Not that thing that came along later that was called Day of the Dead. No, not that. The original Day of the Dead. This has nothing to do with Day of the Dead, except that it was sculpted by the same guy who did all those background zombie masks, David Smith. That's right. Now, this beast featured on a 1982 flyer that was a color Xerox. The world was a crude and primitive place back then, kids. The color Xeroxes were not the classiest way of showing what the real paint jobs looked like, but they were very expensive too. It just was cost prohibitive to send out color Xerox flyers, but at the time they were pretty impressive, you know, because they were color and you weren't used to seeing color except for prints of photographs, and to do a color Xerox, wow. Even though the color wasn't usually great, sometimes the blacks tended to look either greenish or purplish, and the blues looked a little purplish, and sometimes the reds looked either orange or pink. You didn't get a good sense of color balance with the color Xeroxes, but at the time they were kind of the best thing to do to make a professional looking flyer. But anyway, this guy is, I think this is a great looking alien. I love this design. Now, David Smith was told by friends back in the day that this alien reminded them of David Smith's grandmother. And they said, his friends said, you must have been thinking of your grandma when you sculpted that. Now, grandma might have to, you know, smack you in the head for saying such a thing. And I don't think it was deliberate, but I think maybe on some subconscious level or unconscious level, sure. David was indeed thinking of the general wrinkles and contours of his grandmother's face. So there's a little bit of David Smith's grandmother in the facial portion of this very cool cabbage-headed thing. And whatever latex he was using at the time, it was certainly fine quality stuff, because this one is actually from 1982. Look how nice and thick that is. That's excellent quality right there. And one of the rarest things in the world of masks, because apparently only 2 of these were ever made. This is one of them. The other one is the one that was photographed for that color flyer. And I don't know why only 2 were ever made, other than that at the time I guess people just didn't order it. They ordered the other masks he had for sale, like there was a zombie type character, a rotted corpse character called Back from the Dead, who was a wonderful mask. And there were some others, a troll and an ogre and a werewolf, and some kind of, not I don't want to say generic, but just general purpose monsters, and those were more popular. Although I don't know why this one didn't catch on, because as you can see, it's pretty impressive. It's very organic and natural and realistic, and what I like about it also is that it has a classic look to it. It kind of looks like an old school retro alien. It looks like an alien that would have been shown on a book cover in the 1940s or something. It kind of has that old-time classic, you know, sensibility to it, don't you think? Yeah, he thinks so. Or she. Are you a she? I don't know. But anyway, very cool mask, and Obviously, since there were only 2 of them, I can't tell you, yeah, look on eBay and you'll probably find one for yourself. I can't say that. You probably won't. But I can say that it's an interesting and cool thing presented here strictly as a curiosity piece for those of you who are interested in early masks and early space monsters. I believe he sculpted this, by the way, after watching the original Star Wars and the Cantina creatures. Probably, I'm guessing, he didn't tell me this or anything, this is a guess on my part, I'll bet the same alien that inspired the Creton from Distortions inspired him to make this thing. I think its name was Jaspur, something like that. Anyway, there was a dark alien with a big head and light eyes in the Cantina. That may have been the one that inspired this. But anyway, David Smith Alien, a very rare and very interesting and cool forgotten relic of the world of masks. And, well, join me next time for a look at another rare and interesting mask. So long.